How's it going, guys? And welcome to the Red Den podcast. I'm your host, Adam Langford, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my health and fitness journey and why I think health and fitness and going to the gym and just trying to stay active and eat well is such an important habit to build. Starting with little bit of history, little story time, as we usually do. You know, you're gonna be sick of hearing stories about me. It's not really a story, actually. It's more of just a fact. I was a chubby child. Not when I was incredibly young, but going into my later tens and teens and up until probably like I was 17, I was fairly chubby. And when I was in school, in secondary school, I never really liked team sports, so I never really participated. I was always more into the solo sports because I didn't want to let people down by being shit. That's the thing that always got to me, and I felt like I was just a fat kid who always got laughed at, and I wasn't very good at particularly anything. But I liked solo sports where it was just me. So I thrived when it came to we did badminton for some reason for a while, and when I was in first year, my two favorite weeks of PE in my school were like 2 or 3, even a month I think, were when we had a kickboxing coach come from Tralee, Mike, I forgot his full name, but years later we kind of circled back around and he trained me in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a bit. We did kickboxing, and it was probably the most fun I had in school when it comes to PE, because I grew up liking martial arts and martial arts movies, and my dad used to like watching Jean-Claude Van Damme and all of them kind of action movies where there was these amazing martial artists on the screen. My granddad particularly liked Bruce Lee. My middle name is Lee. I like to think it's because of Bruce Lee. I don't know if it is, but we'll just go with that because it sounds way cooler than just being called Adam Lee. But yeah, martial arts was always an interest of mine, and I used to practice the kicks and stuff and think I was a little fucking ninja and I was so cool. Even when I was fat, I was a chubby little fucker, but I could kick above your head and I was more flexible than you. And I loved it. I really did. I loved combat sports. I always have. Even to this day, I have fallen more for boxing at the moment, and that has a particular place in my heart currently. But I do miss training in kickboxing and that side of martial arts. I do miss that. But the only time I felt like I was good in school at PE was then, when I was doing kickboxing, because I was able to kick better than everybody, and I knew how to throw a punch, and I was flexible. Everyone was kind of like, oh, okay. But for the first spar, they decided to put me up against a girl, and I looked at him and went, I'm not going to hit her. Which now I think it would be different if we were both trained. Obviously I wouldn't just stand there and not hit her. She has to be trained. I have to be trained. So we both. I looked at the coach and I was like, Mike, I'm not gonna hit her. And he said, look, just work on your defense. Put your hands up. Try to not let her hit you as much as you can. And that's what I did. I stuck out my jab. I put up my leg to check her kicks, and I did my best from that. Everyone was cheering her on because she was kicking my ass. Yeah, cool, whatever, dude. It was rude. I didn't get to spar anyone else in kickboxing, which was really sad because I would have loved to. I would have loved to. We had the headgear on, everything. It was great. Um, but yeah, I never got my chance to shine there. Which would have been pretty cool. It would have been like one of the movie, like high school movie stories where it's the fat kid turns around and like beats up the like coolest guy there, and then he gets the respect. I think my life would have been very different, but not to say that would have happened. But yeah, moving on from there, when I was about, I want to say when I was about 14, my uncle introduced me to bodybuilding, and then that took a special place in my heart. Bodybuilding and lifting heavy weights, and that really Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of thing, man. It was great. I have his biography that I haven't fully read yet. I think I've read like a few chapters, but it's huge. It's like this big. I haven't got through it all. I've now reverted to reading Jimmy Carr's one, which is amazing, which is just behind me here, and I have Jordan Peterson's two books, which I need to get through after I read that one. Um, and the other book that I read, which was really good, was Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's another book that I need to get through. I have these list of books in my head that I want to read and learn from. I got one from my mum as well. It's called, what is it? Good Vibes. Good Vibes something. If you know it, you'll know. You'll see it. It's the gold writing white, and it's Good Vibes. I can't remember what it says. That's very annoying. It's there on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite get it. Anyway, I am going off on a bit of a tangent, okay? Bodybuilding was something my uncle introduced me to, and he used to buy the Men's Health magazine. I shit you not when I tell you I have loads of them. I have loads of them. I have some piled up under my TV. Yeah, because you can learn a lot from them, not just about health and fitness and stuff, about just men's health in general and all these different kind of things, and nice watches. There's some nice watches that feature in there as well. um, but yeah, he introduced me to that. Every Wednesday and Friday, I think it was, or Monday and Wednesday, something like this, I would go up to his house, and he has a shed, and it's called the Body Shop, and we would go in there and we would rip at the weights, and it was like really old school, and he used to play rock music like as loud as you could possibly imagine. Not while he was training me, not while he was, coaching me, but you would drive past and you would hear it, and that's when he was working out. When the rock music was in there playing, the old school rock music, he was working out, and when he started training me, he was in his 70s. I'm 21 now. He's 82, 83. So yeah, he was somewhat in his 70s, and he's still like he was walking around like he was 50, like he was 40. He was looking very well. That's just like it stands for itself when you have a man who's been working out continuously and eating well and looking after himself since he was like 28, I want to think. And he's had a bit of a military background as well, I think. Or he was in the Royal Guards, something like that. From the age of 28, who's been looking after himself since then. He is now in his 80s, and he's still able to walk, he's still able to move around, and obviously it's catching up with him now. His age is catching up with him now, but it just goes to show how working out can just do so much for you and just prolong your life, which is great. I mean, I hope that when I'm in my 70s, I can still play with my grandkids. At that point, will it be great grandkids? I don't know. I doubt it. No, it won't, will it? No. It'll be grandkids. Yeah, I hope I'll still be able to play with my grandkids and pick them up and, all of that stuff. That's what I want. I want to be a fit granddad when I'm in my 70s. Um, yeah. So when he showed me bodybuilding, it it kind of sent me in the direction of loving the gym. Um, Loving the feeling of not being able to lift a weight and going and training harder and then eventually being able to lift it. Like, there's something so rewarding about that is it's amazing. Even to this day, I remember something so trivial, like something so random. I was lifting, and I haven't been training a lot recently, but I just started again, and I know there's stuff. I was just doing some I want to say gardening, but I wasn't. I was doing some. I was chopping wood out back, and I had to lift this ladder to put it up as my bench so I could chop the wood. And I lifted it, and all memories I have of that ladder was it being like quite heavy, like quite substantially heavy. And I lifted it up, and I was like, what the fuck? And I lifted it up, and then I put it above my head, and I'm a proper dickhead sometimes. Like, I will walk around bicep curling whatever's in my hands. If it's heavy enough, I'll go, oh, fucking yeah, mate, look at that. I put it above my head and started doing skull crushes with it. Skull crushes, what are they called? Overhead extensions, tricep extensions, you know? And it was just, I don't know, it just felt good to have something that used to feel heavy, feel light. Everyday life becomes easier when you get stronger and you work out. There's one for you. Everyday life feels so much easier when you work out, eat healthy, get strong. That's it. It's just I can't see. You shouldn't need more reasons than pretty much that. Like, the feeling of being able to move around easily, being able to run up a stairs or lift things in your house that used to feel difficult but now feels easy. I can't see much more convincing needed in my eyes. Like, why wouldn't you choose to be able to do all them things easier if you could just put a bit of time into building yourself? And this goes to you ladies as well, yeah? I don't think this is much as a thing anymore, but I still see ladies out there who are frightened of picking up weights and lifting weights in their upper body. For fuck's sake. I mean, you have to understand, when it comes to lifting weights, you're not just gonna lift weights for 4 months and become the Hulk. You're not just gonna look ridiculously big and quote unquote manly like the typical stereotype is out there. And I know a lot of the ladies who are watching this know that already. But point being, if you want to naturally, if you want to get there, you have to eat a shit ton of protein, man. You're not just gonna get there from eating what you're eating now. You're not gonna suddenly become the Hulk, okay? It's okay. You can pick up some dumbbells and do some chest press. You can pick up some dumbbells and do some tricep extensions. You can pick up a barbell, you know, along with just building your legs as well, because I know you want that great ass and them nice legs and all that stuff, and you want to feel strong. Great. Fucking do it. I need to get under the squatting bar more, if I'm being honest. I have tiny legs. I'm a chicken legs, bro. It's ridiculous. But my point being, I'm so passionate about like throwing that message across there. When people say, I want to lose weight. I had someone recently say to me, I'm going to the gym. And I said, oh, what you doing? And they replied to me with, they go for an hour. And they're like, oh, just on the treadmill. I nearly flipped my shit. I nearly lost my mind. I was like, why the fuck why are you going to a gym to only use the treadmill? Look around you. Look at all that equipment. Look at all the weights. Like, weight loss isn't just about, and this is something I learned, like, weight loss is about, primarily, I'm not saying it's only about, it's primarily about being in a calorie deficit and eating correct. Eating well, okay? That means eating enough, not eating too little. The people out there who think if you need to lose weight, you need to, like, starve yourself and eat under 1,000 calories, get in the bin. Stop it. Go online, there's a thing called a calorie calculator, put in your age, your weight, your height. It will calculate, and your activity levels. It will calculate how much calories you need to maintain your current weight, and if you want to lose or build, put that goal in there too, and it'll tell you to lose 25% or to lose a certain amount a week. Drop it by 200 calories. Whatever your maintenance is, just drop it by 200 calories and you'll start losing weight naturally. You'll start losing weight. Get in your 10,000 steps. Drink your water. Drinking water is another incredible thing. All of these things will just like help get you the results that you want. If you want to lose weight or if you want to get healthier, like, I'm just speaking specifically on losing weight at the moment because that is the journey I went on in 2020. Let me get this right, I was 87 kgs. Sorry, I was fidgeting with my notepad. I was 87 kgs and I lost too much weight. I went down to 62 kgs for the photo shoot I did, and in which I knew that I could have still lost more. So naturally, I was quite a small person, but I was holding a lot of belly fat and a lot of back fat and all of that. So that's why now my goal isn't to lose weight. I'm around 85 to 89 kgs right now. I'm in between that bracket at the moment. But I know now I have a lot more muscle mass than I did 3 years ago. I want to, from here, bulk, clean as possible. Clean bulk to, I don't know, we'll say 95. Say 95 kgs. We'll bulk up, put on some nice muscle mass, then I'll cut. Then I'll cut a bit just to look better. But I wanna be the way I am now, or like around 80 to 85 kgs, but of just muscle, bro. I just wanna look good. I wanna be strong, lift heavy, look good. That's what I want. And honestly, it's what a lot of guys want, and that is my current fitness goal. To get bigger arms, bigger shoulders, bigger back. And for all you haters out there who are like, we don't care about how much you can lift, and we don't care about your tricep when you do this and you get that little thing there. We don't care about that. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I do it for me, not for you. So fuck you. Yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy world. Crazy world we live in. Yeah. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant there. I really did. I truly went on a bit of a rant. But it's frustrating to me when people are trying to lose weight and and you can just see that they're doing it in not in the least effective way. The way that, like, eating rabbit food isn't gonna help you lose weight, dude. And this is something I've had to tell a couple of older women that I know, where they're like, oh, I need to lose a few pounds, and then they're like, oh, I have my lunch prepared, it's salad. Okay, where's the protein? Where's the meat? Where's the something, you know? It's honestly a bit tilting. And I'm no licensed PT or nutritionist, but from the knowledge I know, it's just something I'm passionate about, and I hate to see people lose weight in the wrong way, because I know that way isn't sustainable. Then they're going to fall back into the trap they are now, and they're going to end up being worse off for it, and it's just going to just destroy them. Losing weight and feeling good and then, like, binge eating for a month or two and putting it all back on is just gonna be the most heartbreaking thing, because it's like a year, 6 months of hard work. I've been there. 6 months of hard work, you get down to such a low weight and you feel good, you look good and all of this, and then you're just like, "Ah, but food, I so do miss food. Let's have a donut." And then you just put it all back on. Because once you start, you're kind of like, "Ah, you can't stop." I know that happens to some people, especially when you restrict yourself in a ridiculous way that's unsustainable for the average person. Like, there's no need to be eating so little, to cut your calories down to below 1,000 in any way. If anyone tells me that they're on triple digit calories, I'm confused. Like, people who are doing, I think this is how it works. I think that in some tournament bodybuilding, shows, they later stages have very, very little calories to absolutely suck in that skin and just get the ridiculous definition. But for the average person to lose weight, if you're eating under 1,200 calories, fucking why? And the only other place that's applicable is if you're really, really obese and you're morbidly obese, then you might be advised by a doctor or a nutritionist to eat like 900 calories or something like that. Then I'm not going to interfere. I don't know. I'm just talking about the average person who's slightly overweight or overweight. There's better ways to lose weight than eating rabbit food and starving yourself and going on a treadmill all day. Yeah. As I was saying earlier, in 2020, I took it upon myself to get a PT, and I worked with him for, I want to say, 8 months, in which I, as I said, lost the 24 kgs of weight? Am I bad at math? Am I terrible? Hold on, let me do this. Hey Siri, what's 87 minus 62? Hold up. 25. 25. Thanks, Siri. 25. I have dyscalculia. Okay, I'm bad at math. I'm bad with numbers. 25 kgs in honestly a shorter space than the 8 months that I was working with him, because I had ups and downs at the start. I lost weight, and then I stayed at a maintenance when I went to holiday in Poland, and I put a tiny bit of weight on, and then it was like, hey, I have this opportunity for a photo shoot, would you like to do it, blah blah blah. I was like, yes, sign me up, this is like the motivation I fucking need. And I did my best. Well, no, I didn't. I truly didn't do my best. I did okay. In my eyes, I genuinely think I could have done far better to get in far better shape than I was for that photo shoot, which is on my Instagram. But yeah, I would never go back to that weight ever again. It was too small for me. I liked how I looked at the time, but looking back now, my fiance was like, I was showing her pictures, she was like, who is that? Who is that? You look malnourished. I was like, no, I wasn't. It's just, it's funny to see. I just want to honestly just be a strong, healthy individual who looks good in a suit. There we go. That's my goal. That's my goal. I've worked with many people since him. One of my favorite experiences was in 2021, where I focused on strength training, and I hit my personal bests for lifting weights in the the 3 fundamentals: deadlift, bench press, and squat. Let me get the... Jamie, can you pull that up? I'm being my own Jamie here. I want to get the facts. I want to get the facts. What was my PBs for each? Now, since the video that I have on my Instagram of me benching 80 kgs, I went on to beat that and bench 90 kgs. Just didn't get it on video. But the one that we can see as proof is 80 kgs. And then 140 kg deadlift, which I am fairly fucking convinced I can deadlift more. More than that now, 100%. I'd like to go back and do to challenge myself and perhaps make a video on it. Gym time, go rip out some weights, go home and pig out on a nice post-workout meal. That's just sounds like a fun video, to be honest. Like eating a mukbang mixed in with a workout and then just talk. That'd be quite fun. Yeah, working with my friend Chris, doing strength training, I learned a lot from him. And I learned a lot from my brother-in-law. And I learned a lot from my cousin, who went on a fitness journey at around the same time as me. And she took it upon herself to then go get a PT license. And she is killing it right now. Absolutely killing it. And I do believe she has her own podcast as well. If I find it, I'm going to put it in the comments below. Not the comments below, sorry. The description. And currently, in 2022, late 2022, I think September 2022, I decided to get that kick up the ass that I needed again because I wanted to get myself into better shape. Which has been rough for me at the end of 2022 because I've been dealing with a lot of mental health issues. Okay. The mic is now here. Fantastic. I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues. My PC just crashed, so that is the whole reason why we have the worse audio quality instead of using that mic. In 2022, I decided to get a kick up the arse. And that came in the form of the great, and I mean the great, Leon Wills, ladies and gentlemen. Leon fucking Wills. Like, I'm dumbfounded. The man who trains pro athletes and trains strength and conditioning coach for KSI, for Deji, for all of these people, is my PT. Who I have currently failed for the last however long. But we're back on it now because I finally have the direction that I want to go in. Like I said, I thought I wanted to go in a certain direction, which was lose weight and do this and look better, but it's all bullshit. And I'm now going in a healthy direction for me. In a manageable direction. I'm not trying to kill myself, go crazy, because I don't have time for that. I genuinely just don't have the time to work out 5 days a week and do all that crazy stuff. So that is a journey you guys are going to be coming along with me. I will talk about it on a regular basis when I am checking in with y'all. I'm going to start journaling more, and I'm going to start genuinely journaling, and then do these weekly podcasts as a reflection on my week and what I have learned and the steps I've taken to become a better man, human, and to success. I think I've said everything that's relevant. I mean, I think in this episode, to be quite honest, I don't think it went the way I planned it at all, because I wanted to be very articulate and I wanted to be very precise with what I was talking about, but I just got passionate instead, and I started talking about the things that came to mind as it came to mind. But I hope you understand that when it comes to health and fitness, working out and nutrition, I do have a certain I do have an extensive knowledge on it. Now, I'm not saying I know everything, and I always learn every single day off of my people around me. And you guys, if you leave anything in the comments below, or when I used to do my fitness page on Instagram, people would put advice in the comments, or I would get DMs from amazing people, from like my protein athletes. Even actually, I have been in conversations with, talking about like creatine and the benefits of it, and whether we think it's actually a benefit, and all of them kind of things. So yeah, I think I'm in a good place right now. I genuinely do. And I'm in a good place to push myself in everything I'm doing. I'm making a conscious effort to do better every day in every way. Even with the little things, like when it comes to just trying to do more around the house, or trying to do more, like trying to do more for myself as well. So that comes in the form of working out. Now, I remember saying that I've had a really good week, and I started the week off strong by working out last week, but I didn't finish the week off strong. I did mentally, and I did productively in terms of content creation, recording these episodes and stuff. But it's Sunday right now. You're watching this on Wednesday, the 22nd. And I hope at the end of this week, my update is that, and it will be, that I have hit every single workout this week. I'm killing it with nutrition, and I'm being productive in life in general. So I myself am intrigued to see how it goes for me for the coming week. You are watching this on Wednesday the 22nd or later, but this is when this is going live. I hope everything I've said makes sense in this episode. I feel like I keep having to say that because I don't want to be misunderstood. I'm doing my best to better myself. Thank you all so much for listening. For those who have watched on YouTube, please do like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, guys, stay awesome, stay frosty, keep smiling, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.